figure out why my bike hasn't been working. Okay, now here's the thing, is that I haven't been using a gyro. And so the thing is that I want my bike as low as possible, so I have my stem flipped upside down. And if you can see, if I do that, my cable gets wound up like this, you see? And the problem is because now when I use my brakes while it's wound up, my brakes start getting messed up. This brake cable, like see this brake cable? Look at what happens when I do that. See how it's getting scrunched up like that? It's because I'm damaging the housing of the cable. When I damage the housing of the cable, it can't hold tension. So basically, that's why I keep slipping out on the back tire, the back of my tire like this. Like, see, I can't even put pressure on it. It's because my cable's not holding the tension. So, I think I might have to put on a gyro. Attempt to anyway. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Attempt to put on a gyro. But the thing is I have it all jankified. Like I don't know if it's even gonna work because I don't have any mounts, so I've had to like ghetto make these mounts. Which I think I can maybe have like that. So, you know what? I'm just gonna film this. Might as well. Let's just stream mark it right here. Oh my goodness, dude. It's okay. This might be a failure right here. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. I might be here for a couple hours trying to get this darn thing to work. Might be here for a bit of time right here. Okay, so the one thing is I have them on another stream, but you see this mount right here? This mount that I've created right here, oops, it's actually not a legit mount. What I did was I don't have an actual mount, so what I did is I hacksawed and filed down and made this mount out of a old school cable housing thing. And yeah, so I don't know if it's even gonna work. So I don't know, we're just gonna experiment now. It might work, might not. The only problem is now I'm getting like kind of frustrated having to change out my cable every single time I mess it up. The thing is now I'm messing up my cable a lot. It's not like, it's like every couple weeks I mess up my cable. And so now I'm gonna see if I can maybe make this janky thing work. This up actually, which is not good. Let's just see if it would. Oh man, that's gonna be so weird. Holding it like that. It's gonna be right on the edge. Like that. have this old school bike right here. The only reason I got this thing is actually for this gyro. I need this gyro. The only problem I didn't like about the gyro is I don't like breaking the cables, and then I can't really fix it. I need to get a London mod. So Brant Moore actually has a London mod for his gyro setup. The thing about the London mod is if you run the London mod, you can actually you can run a straight cable and keep, if you mess up the cable, you can just get another straight cable and fix it. And that's actually what I need. Because if I mess up this cable right here, I don't know, it's going to be really messed up. What am I supposed to use? I have another. This is the broken one. Use this right here. See, because I have a bunch of these broken cables I broke on my other bike. Okay, so maybe it was this one I was supposed to use. This one right here. Yeah. This is going to be a crazy experiment. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this off. Oh yeah, that's what I needed to see. I'm using the bottom cable right here. To be honest, I didn't really like the gyro, but oh well. Hopefully this one works. Okay, we got that one off. This one off. Okay. See if these ones fit on here. If they don't, I'm going to be in big trouble. Okay, they do. Thank God. Here. This one kind of got bent. Bend that one back actually. Good. Dude, I wonder if I'm actually gonna get this janky thing to work. There we go. Okay. So that kind of looks like it might work right there. Dude, this actually might work. This is going to be the stream of putting on a gyro. So let's see here. The reason why I didn't try to put on the gyro is because all these cables that I had didn't work. So, yeah. So let's take off the straddle cable. Let's take off that one. Here. I'm going to need to take off, unadjust the front cable. Unfortunately, I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to have to do this because I need to take it out of the spacers and stuff. Dude, this actually, I mean, I guess I might have upgraded it up into the next level for this anyway. We're going to unadjust our front brake cable. This can go down in there. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay. So we're going to, there's actually a thing, there's something of mountain bikers did actually too, because some of them, I watched like this mountain bike how-to one time, and they actually said some mountain bikers, what they do is they actually cut their spacers right here. Now see, here's the thing about this next part that we're getting into, is that the spacer part for a gyro is really important. So before you reattach your front brakes, make sure your brakes are pretty dialed before you really tighten everything down. Hopefully this works. It might not. I mean, I guess I do because I have those ones up there. I have that. Okay, so that goes out in front of the cable, right there. Let me take the bars off. I've almost kind of forgotten how to do this, so it's been a while. So this is kind of like, well, my old flatline bike had a gyro, so it's not like it's that old. Okay, so here's this thing right here. Hopefully it fits on here. Actually, I'm going to make sure that we have this. So when you take this off, you want to make sure you put this on. Make sure these can fit in here, by the way, as well. Before you really, uh-oh, that's not good. That doesn't fit in there like that. Let's see, we might have to. Dude, that's brutal. Why why doesn't it fit? Okay, what about this one? I think this is the one that will like, oh, it's the same diameter, what the heck? Oh, I guess it does work. That's weird. Oh, for some reason this one doesn't fit on here. The heck? Dude, that's really weird actually. I never knew that. These two things are different sizes. I don't know why. I guess they are. You know, you want to make sure that these fit on here correctly. And is this even on the camera? Let's see here. It's not really even on the camera. Oh well. Let's see here. Let's bring this camera up in here since we're working. Up on here. Guess we've upgraded. I've leveled up maybe with my right here. Okay, so what we figured out is this one actually, these come in different sizes right here. For some reason this one didn't fit in there. It's really weird. So right now, this is where the tension holds with this cable right up in here. This thing actually, what's actually really strange about this right here is, I don't know if you can tell by looking at that circle, but this one, so actually some of these cables, this cable in particular, wow, this is actually an Odyssey. Huh. This is from like the 80s or 90s right here. This thing right here. And the thing about it is that some of these were different sizes. And the thing is the forks back in the day were a different size. So what I did is I took a file and I filed it down so it fits on these forks. Just because like I started breaking a lot of these cables, and this is my only cable I had left, and that's what I had to do for my old flatland bike. And then this race goes right here, like that. And then that goes right there, like that. And I might actually have to flip it upside down. Yeah, I actually might. Yeah. I guess, yeah, let's flip it upside down. That'll give me more room. So, with this race, you can run it either down like that, or run it up. I think I'm going to run it up. Actually, no, I'm going to run it down. Like that, so it's flush on there. Okay, hopefully this, now this is kind of like the ultimatum, so if I put this on here, back on here, hopefully it works. Because this is kind of the janky part about the gyro that a lot of people, I think, well, I had a lot of trouble with it, is that finding the right, basically the hardest thing about a gyro is this area right here. This section right up in here, the sandwich, it's hard sometimes to figure out the tension of all this. So just a word of warning, just watch out for all this tension stuff right up in here. It can get really, really complex and confusing and frustrating. Oh. Come on, buddy. Okay. Dude, this is crazy. I didn't think this would actually work. And the thing is these races right here, let's see if I can find an example of what I did. I guess I'll just bring out this bike. So what I did, if you don't have those things right there, I don't know if you could see this one. These things right here, right where I'm pointing at, right there. Right there, don't know if it'll show on the camera. This thing right here. See how this race fits on top of the head tube? Well, the thing is the new bikes nowadays, they have an internal headset. So you can't, how these bikes used to be was that when they didn't have the internal headset, you could put this race on the outside and then put the bearing in that one right there. Now the thing about the new bikes is that the new bikes, they have these internal headsets, so you can't do that. So what they did is they drilled out holes for the gyro. And I didn't have those tabs for some reason, and all the bike stores were closed at the time. So what I did to think about is I took this off and I cut it right there. I made two with a hacksaw. I cut it right there, and then I filed it down, and then I made a hole. Or no, I guess those ones already had a hole for some reason. And then I just made it work like that. Or maybe I did put the hole in there, but... So, yeah. This is crazy. This looks like some, like, cyber tech, like, technology right up in here. The gyro looks like some crazy cyber tech. Like, this is like some straight up tech wizardry. Okay, so that should be going to this right here. See if it's on here. Dude, I've never imagined I'd ever run a gyro on this bike. So this is a whole new system of thought. System of thought and mind. Welcome to the Twilight Zone of Cybertech. Dude, this looks ridiculous, bro. I've literally jerry-rigged this entire system. Like, all this stuff right up in here, it's so crazy. Like even this cable, like, I don't know, I guess I'll show it before I put it on. I made a protective housing for this cable because it's about to, like, actually fray. I'm probably not even gonna, I don't know if you could see this like electrical tape right here. I put this metal, I found like this metal thing off of an old bike thing, and I put it on top of this cable because what ends up happening with these cables is that when you use them a lot, they start scrunching up. I don't know why they do that, but these things right here, they start scrunching up. And so what I did to maybe counter, I don't know if it works or not, but what I did is I just put armor on top of it, and then I electrical taped it. So there's like 2 layers of metal that I put on top of there. Just so if it does scrunch up, I have at least a little bit of protection. So I kind of put some armor on it. So I don't know if that is any useful information, but help me out. Dude, this thing looks so crazy, man. I'm literally like tripping out. I'm like, I mean, because you know what's weird is I've never thought I'd ever run a gyro. I used to think gyros are the lamest thing, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I thought I was like, oh dude, I never want to run that, it's so lame. But I don't even think this is gonna work, actually. See, now here's the thing, is this sandwich right here is the hardest part. Getting this tension correct. I almost feel like it's not even gonna work. Because there's too much tension on top of here. Huh. How am I gonna fix that? guess I could push it down all the way. I think I got these wrong. I got it. Yeah, I should have got this wrong. Okay, yeah, this tension's really weird for this right here. It's like not working correctly. This is why I said I was going to be here for a while, because this section right up in here is the hardest section. So the sandwich right up in here, especially if you're doing it like me and I'm like jerry rigging everything to get it to work. It's like stuck in here. Oh no. Not even those pliers at. I don't know where they are. Okay. Fix this up. So I think the other thing is you have to make sure that these are on the correct side, which they weren't. And you can know which side it's supposed to be, because if you look at it right here, one of them's shorter than the other. So the shorter one is supposed to go on this side. If you put the shorter one on this side, like what I did right there, it's going to mess up the tension. So that's another thing. But I think this cable, because I put this protective housing and this lever right here, I think I might not be able to run this. I might have to run the other one. The other one, I might take off the other one to get it to work, which I don't want to do that, but it might be the only way to get this one to work right here, unfortunately. Okay, let's put this back on. As soon as I want to go back on. Okay, we need some more slack. So let's take this off. Trying to figure out, how do I get more slack on here? I mean, I guess I could just push this down like this for more slack. But But also here's the other thing, is that with this sandwich thing, if you put too much slack on these barrel adjusters, it hits the barrel adjuster right here, see? Right where it hits right there. And you can't push it up anymore, so I might not be able to run this cable, unfortunately. Try. I'm really gonna see if I can run it, but I don't know. Oh, you know what I might have to do? I might have to, darn, I didn't want to do this, but I might have to. So this barrel adjuster, what's going on is that with this barrel adjuster right here, this one on my lever, it's not going in with this right here. Like if you could see. I'm wondering if I have a different one. That'll work better. It sounds strange, but this is why I keep all these old parts, because I'm thinking that this barrel adjuster might work better, and I might actually cut this one down just so I could get more slack on the cable. It sounds weird, but you know, I need more slack on the cable, otherwise this cable's not going to work. So to get more slack, I'm literally taking this off. Let's just see if these both work. Yeah, I'm taking this one off, and what I might do is I might hacksaw this down. That's actually what I think of. So I might actually hacksaw this down. Let's actually do that right now, because I need this to be shorter, just to get more slack. This is just a full-on bike repair stream now. Okay, so let's bring it over here. Welcome to the Vice Grip. What we're going to do, we're taking this barrel adjuster and we're going to cut it off. Cut a little bit off anyway, so we can get more slack. Hopefully this jerry rigging works. I kind of don't suggest doing all this stuff unless you have a lot of spare parts. And this is why I run all these spare parts, is because when you run brakes, sometimes you just run into all these different problems, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to literally cut like a centimeter off of this. It might not even work. I might just. But this is an old part, so it's not like this is expensive or something. It's an old part. Yeah, that thing's hot. Hey, just burnt myself. It's also, if you vise this down, be careful, because there's a hollow groove where your cable goes in. So you don't want to vise it down a lot. So when you're hacksawing this, be kind of really gentle. You know. See, it's like moving on me. Really, really gentle. I'm not pushing it down, you know, you can be very harsh on it, you'd be pretty harsh, you just don't want to push the hacksaw down. pick it up with like something else. Pick it up with these things. Boom. Come on. Rip. Okay, there we go. Boom. Okay, so we just cut the. Let's see if it's still hot. Damn, this thing still is hot. It's weird. No, it's like warm now, but. Okay, so we just cut this thing. I don't know if we can see that. There we go. Yeah, we just cut that thing about 1 centimeter off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to file it down. So, file. Oops. You really don't want to mess up these threads. Actually, another better way probably to do this is have something in the middle right there. Just hold it like that, right? Don't really have anything right at the moment. This is called the Gyro style. We're just gonna, because this is really sharp right now, and you don't want to like do a bar spin like get all cut up doing it. So we're gonna file this down. Making a customized part specifically for this bike. It's kind of cool. You know, it's like finding a sword, you know, in an RPG game, but it's like you don't just pick it up. You have to grind for it. You have to like unlock something to even use it. Unless you go out and just buy something, but sometimes like the items where you don't buy are the best items because there's something, maybe they could be enchanted, you know? Whereas if you buy it, you don't know if there is an enchantment. I don't know. Sometimes the mystery of just getting items is like cool. Okay. Boom. I might even just file it even more down just to. Just smoothing this thing out. Hopefully this gives me more slack on my cable. Might not do anything. This might have done for nails, but here. Let's see. Are we going to attain more slack? I mean, it's just a little bit. It's not even like that much. But there will be a little bit more slack to it. Customized barrel adjuster. Okay, let's see. Boom. Okay, that gives us some room. Not that much, though. I don't like that at all. But let's give us some room to work with. cable, not my old cable, but just a different cable, man. Because the mock run I'm doing right now is just not one. Take this off. Take this little customized thing I did. Oh, that's another reason why. Okay. I forgot I did that. My stem's getting caught right there. I might have to run my stem upside the other way up. Or put some spacers underneath here. That's gonna get caught up in there, I think, right? Come on. So that's supposed to be down. There's still not enough slack. I need more. I might have to follow this stem down if I really want to get it to work. Like that. I might have to follow the stem down. Damn, that's gonna be pretty brutal. Oop. Okay, let's try the different cable out now. This one's not giving me enough slack that I need. I might have to use this one anyway, but it's not giving me the slack, brother. Let's try the other one. Look at this one. Oh no. See, these ones don't fit on this one. It's okay. I have another. So this is the reason why I filed this one down, because it didn't fit on my other one. So I actually have to use this one now. So I think this one will fit. This one right here. That's strange. That is really strange. Take this one off. This one. take these barrel adjusters off, these little things, so we can get as much slack as we can. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Is take sometimes to get the right adjustment, you have to take these little barrel adjuster things off. That's what I found out anyway. For me, I don't know. If you get like a setup like that's like put together by a bike store, they'll have everything all set up, you know, to where you don't have to do that kind of stuff, because the problem is sometimes these parts, they're specifically designed for certain lengths and stuff of frames and stuff, and like bar heights and, you know, all sorts of adjustments for the bike. So sometimes when you get some of these parts, like, you have to make these subtle little adjustments, and it's kind of annoying, but like sometimes it's like figuring out a puzzle. It's kind of crazy. Okay, that gives us some good slack right there. Look at that. So that's what we were after, is this little slack. See this slack right here? That's what we want. We want like that to be a lot. Might actually have to just file this stem down on the side right there, which is going to be really crazy to do actually, but let's just do a mock trial to see what happens when we put this over. We're not really going to tighten, or we are going to tighten it just to see how far things go, because it might not even work before we set it up. Okay, what's going on? Why is my headset still loose? I might have to put one spacer in there. That's the other thing, is sometimes you have to figure out how many spacers do you need up in here to really get it to work. Sometimes you need to run it up there. Should be working actually. I don't know why it's not pushing that down. That was weird, that didn't sound good at all. Oh, you know what? I might have to take one spacer out. Fudge. Hopefully I didn't strip it. Please. Okay, I put too many spacers. I gotta take one out. Oh yeah, it shouldn't be like that, huh? It's weird. go. That's what we're looking for. And don't be afraid to like mess around and experiment. There we go. Okay, let's see. This actually might work. I'm gonna have to cut this cable as well. Look how long this one is. So we're doing a mock one by holding this and putting tension on it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to file this stem down. It sounds really sketchy to do, but if you see that right there, you know what, I might actually just be able to run it out. Huh. This is brutal. See how the stem is getting caught right there? I might have to run, I just repeated myself. I might have to run my stem, I'm thinking maybe if I just run it flipped, I might be able to get it to work. Or just filing it down a little bit. Dude, this is brutal. Like, I'm having to really adjust a lot of things on my bike, which I never really wanted to do, but it's okay. I'm thinking I might be able to just run the stem, this part, just flip it differently. So that's what I'm going to try first before I file it down. Yeah, I actually think that might work. Because the thing is that this sandwich thing right here is getting caught. And the reason why I have my stem flipped like this is because I want my bars as low as possible, because I don't have short bars, or low rise bars, I mean, that are uncut. So it seems really tedious, and it is. Normally I should have like a smaller, let's see, do I have a smaller 6? No, I have a smaller 6, but somewhere I don't know what it is. Kind of looks like my front brakes are kind of in the way, so. You know what is wrong with me? Oh well, let's just see it this way. It's going to be weird looking because if I do flip the stem upside down, I'm literally going to, the stem's literally going to be flipped upside down, and also this thing's going to be flipped upside down. That's going to be rowdy, man. Hopefully it works. I think it might. I might file it down just a little bit more, but I wonder if it even works that way. I don't know. And you can run your brakes that way, like this, where it doesn't go all the way up, but also I want as much slack as possible, so. Just the more slack you have, the more leeway you can adjust it, you know? You don't want that much slack, but you also want enough slack to where you can adjust it, you know? So that's the other weird thing about brakes, especially with the gyro. The gyro, like, there's so many points of reference to adjust it and have slack that it gets, you know, you can really, really play around with it. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. It almost feels like I've just leveled up, like in a game, you know? Like it was like my ticket to like finally do this, you know. I've been wanting to somewhat try this out for a while now, but I just knew it was going to take a long time, so I never did it. The thing is, I am starting to do a lot of tail whip stuff, and that's why my cable's getting messed up, is because I'm doing all those like tail whip tricks, you know? So it's like, I don't know, man. I really try to do it with just the straight cable, you know? But, I don't know, man. So I think what I'm going to do is making sure that all these things are threaded the same way, is I'm going to have that one right there. Have this one right here. And I'm just going to flip the stem, and I might have that one right there. This one right here. Because I don't want to mess up the threading if I just flip it upside down already. So what I'm doing is, see how this thing has a hole right there? I think I'm going to flip it upside down like that. Will that work? You know what? I think it's going to work. I'm just going to have to file this down a little bit more. That seems really sketchy, huh? Let's just do it. I just want to get it to work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I don't suggest anybody doing this because it's basically going to weaken my bike, I think, a little bit. But I want my gyro to work, so I'm going to just basically just file out some of this section right up in here. I don't even know if it's going to work, so. I basically don't want to change too much of my geometry around, because I've been getting so used to that geometry of having my bars at that same spot that I really don't want to put spacers. But that's just me, I don't know. And I'm pretty finicky with the geometry stuff. I'm not changing it that much. Hopefully that works better. straight up just like Frankenstein. We're straight up just Frankensteining all this together now. It's okay. It's okay. I like this kind of stuff. Basically what we want is this sandwich to work with this right here. You know what I think it is? It is. Look at that. Dude, this is wild. Okay, let's see if this works now. I wonder if this is even gonna work. This is like straight up, I've never done this before, so like, this is like a whole new like area of bike mechanic-y stuff I've never done. Looks like it's gonna work. I guess I'll finally see. It's gonna suck if it doesn't work, and I'm gonna have to file it down a little bit more. I don't know. By the way, if you have a shorter 6, please use it, because like I should be able to do that, but see my front brake's in the way, so I can't do that. So I'm basically having to take way longer than it should. Let's just see if it... I think it's gonna like rub just a little bit. But dude, I think it's gonna actually work. Dude, this is rowdy, bro. I've never actually even seen anybody do that. Just to have their bars low. I mean, what I should be doing is I should just have low bars, but the thing is, not many companies really make them anymore, so it's a little harder to, or I mean, I guess, I don't know. I have shorter bars, it just sucks because I run them really long now. When I was younger, I used to cut them down, you know? So. Ow, almost snapped my finger. Dude, my bike looks so weird now. The moment of truth. Is it going to work? Is it going to just be a failed attempt? Oh man, this is like tiring my arm out. Holy moly, dude, it actually does work. I really can't believe it's so crazy. Make sure my bars are... I kind of like having my... Some people like having their bars a little forward, but like... I like having them like... I've always had them set like parallel to my bars. Maybe my forks maybe just a little bit more forward, but like... Dude, I filed it down, like literally it might even be scraping it. And if you tighten this, try and tighten it in the crisscross pattern. Start that. Dude, wow, look at that. So I made enough room to where, I mean, I don't know if you can even see it on the camera, but I flipped this down. Dude, I'm so stoked on that. I've never done that in my entire life. So now it should give me just a little bit, like a centimeter more slack if I'm correct on here. Let's do a mock trial. Yep, look at that. See my brake? At first it was getting caught right there. Look at that, boom. I wish there was more slack. I actually might have to put a spacer in there. Yeah. See, this is the very important part right here. Unless I take these out. No, I'm gonna have to put one spacer in there. There's no question about it. Unless I want my brakes like that much slacked. Which I don't really like that, but I don't know. Will that work? I guess I could always just change it later. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put one spacer in there, man. Yeah, there's no question about it. Unless I cut this down a little bit more. Oh well. So my bar's going to be raised maybe 0.5 centimeters up, which that's going to be actually it's going to be more because of this little space right here too. It's going to be weird. I'm going to have to raise my seat a little bit more then. Oh well. I didn't want to do that, but that's the reason why I was saying this thing right up in here is so important. Because see, if you don't have enough slack right here, it makes it really hard to adjust the other stuff. So like, you really want to make sure this little sandwich is just on point. And where you want to put the spacer, if you want to have more slack, you want to put the spacer right underneath this one. And that would put more slack in there. Would that put more slack? It would put a lot. Or yeah, we want more room so there's more. We could even cut this down. I don't know. Let's put a space in there. I don't want to do this, but we're gonna have to. Let's just try it out. before I even put that on, I should just see what it's like now. I guess it didn't really make that much of a difference. I'm trying to do it. I'm just trying to see what it feel like, you know, like. I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all, man. You know, I'm gonna have to just run it that way. I think I'm gonna have to cut these barrel adjusters. Yeah, let's cut them. They're going to calm the barrel adjusters. Yep. I'm going to be a little bit more slack I can run. Let's do it. This is another thing I don't highly suggest, but how much am I cutting this? A centimeter? So, actually, no, it's. I just need to cut this barrel adjuster more, just so I don't do that one. This probably seems ridiculous, but there's a reason why I'm doing all this like this, because darn it, if I cut it anymore, it's going to be really janky. I might have to change my lever, actually. Feel it's going to be janky. Let's see if I have more barrel adjusters that will fit there, just in case I mess these up. If I cut them, I can run the other ones. Check Insta, bro? Oh, my bad, bro. I haven't even been, I'm trying to do this stuff. I'll check it later. I bet I haven't been looking at the chat, man. You sent me that, that cliffhanger. I'm gonna guess. Did you send me that cliffhanger, cliffhanger toothpick. Let's see here. I'm gonna take these. Let's see if this barrel adjuster works. This cable's already messed up, so it's not like I'm. Okay. So I think. Okay, so I have one. Oh no, but this is connected to the cable. That's why I can't do it. Darn. Oh well. That's why I haven't done it like that. Dude, if you guys thought that the straight cable is frustrating, the gyro is on another level of frustration, man. This is straight up like, so frustrating. Well, not frustrating, but it's just like, especially if you like your brakes to be felt a certain way, it's like, it's really janky sometimes. I might have to run this lever over on that side. This barely has any slack at all, dude. I don't like my brakes like that. Okay, so that's the maximum amount I can have right there. That'll work for me. I guess that'll work, right? Just seems really like, I don't know, I don't like that at all. What about running these ones all the way up and then taking those off? Let's try that. Take this and take these barrel adjusters off. Dude, I gotta file so much shit down, man. Ridiculous. I have to file these things off a little bit. Get to work. So brutal. I guess I could maybe use this and just get this thing. You know what, at this point I think I'm just going to have to run it this way. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, I'm going to have to run it this way. And maybe adjust it later. At this point I just kind of want to get it running. Okay, that's as much slack as we're going to get. Let me check this out. Sorry, I was like, I've been concentrating trying to get this thing to work. My bike's all messed up right now. My hands are all messed up. Let's see. Oh shit. What would that be? What are you talking about, Aaron? Yo, Aaron, do you hear me? What does that sub mean? I don't even know what the subs are, huh? Oh man, why is this so confusing, bro? I just want more slack on my line over here, man. Why must it be so difficult? Oh, you know what? There's another thing. I could just chop this lever down, which I actually do. Oh, I could chop this lever down a bit more. Let's do that. This might not be a smart move, but that's what I'm going to do to get more slack. Oh my goodness. I do not suggest doing this to anybody. We're going to chop this lever down. It's going down, boys. Boys and girls, it's going down. We're chopping the lever. Oh man, I've had to readjust this bike so much, man. This is like brutal. Okay, so I'm gonna chop this lever down a bit. It's brutal. This is all what I'm doing just to get more slack on the line. I just don't like when my brakes are just like, you know, like you press them, because like when you do like a techno hander or like a no hander trick and you go back to the bars, like if your brakes are just like that, it's just like, I don't know, some people like it like that, but like. Hopefully this works. Hopefully I didn't just ruin this this thing right here. You're still here, Aaron. What are you talking about? This sub thing. What is that? Okay, so hopefully that it doesn't seem like that would be a lot of slack, but it actually is. So here, you know what? We could even let's just see how much we got left. How much more we got? I'm just hoping. Okay. Oh, it actually works. See that? I was scared that I would just totally mess up the threads. I don't know why they made it that way. It's really strange, actually. Like, why would they make it so far out to where, like, you can't have that much slack? You know? Like, it's so weird. It don't make any sense to me, man. Come on, Butterino. There we go. Boom. Okay. Is this going to give me the slack that we need? Yes. There we go. Dude, that's what I'm looking for right there. Yes. Jeebus, dude. I had to modify my bike so much, dude. I literally had to cut down 2 things. Put so many weird things up to... Sorry, I'm just talking. This has literally been like craziness, man. So, after all that modification, man, I literally had to mod the stem, mod the lever 2 times. I was thinking about cutting those off. We've got the slack. And the reason why I want a lot of slack on here, right here, is because I like adjusting all this. I don't like it in one setting. Because if you have this sandwich to where like it only is like a little bit, that basically means if you don't tension your brakes correctly, like in that small little sector, it's just going to be so much harder and you're going to get so frustrated like later on. Yeah, that's what we're after right there. Yeah, that's what we were after right there. Okay. I don't know if this is in the frame, so I don't want this anymore. Probably seems ridiculous to everybody, but I don't care. Okay, so now comes a really heavy part, where if I mess this part up, I'm gonna mess the entire cable up. And all this work that I did is gonna be for nothing. Hopefully not though. Let's see here. Oh, that fits. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. Take this thing. Take this narp off. Actually, first let's take all this cable stuff, or this tape off. This is a very important part of the brakes right here. Now we're getting into, this part was important, very important, but this next part is even more important. Well, not more important, but it is very important. You just need to have enough slack. That's basically all it is. So we're going to take this narp off right here. And actually, before I do this, I should put a bunch of lube in this cable, but we'll do that later. Okay, so we're going to take this 10 right here, and we're going to take this and undo this. Come on. There we go. That goes right there. We take this off. This is our old cable. And the reason why I have to start running a gyro is because I'm doing too many tail whips, man. Look at this. My cable, look at this cable. It got so smashed. The housing is destroyed. I've done that to like 7 cables on stream already. I'm getting tired of it. That's why I'm just going to run this. Hopefully it works. So if you can tell, this cable's too long for this right here. So this is where it gets a bit tricky because I'm going to have to cut the housing, cut the cable itself, which I'm going to do right now, right here. Because this is like flattened. So this is flattened right here, and I want to cut this off because when I take this housing off, I guess I could take the housing off right now. Okay. And, uh-oh. Housing mark thing was there. And I want to just oil this up just before all this stuff goes. Stuff up. This probably seems, people are probably not even going to want to run brakes after this, man. Like, I don't want to do all that stuff, man. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, huh? The one thing is that, like, I like my brakes particularly in a certain fashion. So, I mean, if you don't want your brakes to feel good, you don't have to do all this stuff. But I like my brakes feeling good, so, like, I have to do all this modification. Because you can run your brakes. Now see, if I didn't do all this modification, I'd probably have, like, there'd probably be, like, that much where I had a brake. Deep, deep. And, like, if you're doing no-handed tricks, you don't want that because, like, if you do a no-hander and then press the brake right there, it's going to mess you up. So, yeah. Right now I'm just oiling the cable before I do all this stuff. So. Really dry, actually. Dude, I can already like tell my bike's like taller. It's weird. Oops. Okay. So we got that done. We're letting the oil seep through. This is a pretty important part right here because we have to figure out, okay, so we know that this is how much room we have. So, right, correct, okay, so it's like that. You can kind of feel it by putting a little bit of tension on here. And we have to, I guess it's not that important because we have more of these cables, so it's really not that important, really. I'm going to say about right there. A little longer, just in case. Okay, so with this, oops. I did it on the wrong area. Wrong section, actually. Oh, actually, this needs to go down more like that. So, okay, so maybe just like a couple. That'll work. Okay, so we need to make sure that we excavate that hole right in here. I think we might be able to do it this thing. I had a little tool I was using for it, but I don't know what happened with it. Could do it with a little nail. So there's this. The thing is these are specifically bright bike cable cutters, but there's 2 layers of this cable right up in here. You want to make sure you get that hole going. And I'm going to oil this up as well. And I'm going to cut this right here a little bit, just because this part's a little frayed out. Just so, because sometimes when you put this back on, and if your cable's frayed, it just messes. And if you fray this cable, I've had times where I put this back on, and since the cable was just one strand frayed, it frayed the entire thing. I mean, if that makes sense, I don't know. Like, it's very. And the thing is that this isn't a straight cable where I just go to Walmart and get another one. I have to go to a bike store and get this thing. So, very important. Hopefully I get this thing on because it's kind of stuck in there. Okay, I think that worked. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay, let's see. So then we have that going. Make sure that's straight up and down. We're just going to have a mock chop. Put it all the way down so there's adjustments to be had. Stick it through the barrel adjuster. Boom. We have this section done, and if you want to have a test run, what it can feel like is like that, and dang, this thing is super dry. So before we kind of go back into it, even more so, we're gonna oil it up some more. This probably doesn't make any sense, but so we're gonna take this, take it off of the hinge, and then we're gonna oil all of this up in here because this is really old. And to oil the gyro up, you can undo these ones right up in here. Boom. There's literally dust that flew out of there. And if you're really, really dialed, you can make a gyro feel just like a straight cable. And actually, this thing's actually probably going to feel better than a straight cable that I was running, because I kept messing up my straight cable. It's ridiculous. Wow, that really saturates it really fast. That's really crazy. Really saturates the cable really fast. Really fast. Damn. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to curse. That oil went all the way down. I'm all used to. I used to work at Woodward, and they would like get really mad at me if you curse in front of the kids and stuff. So I'm all like, darn, there's oil right down there too. Oops. Put a little bit too much oil. Okay. Okay, so from here, we have that going. And you can almost feel like what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel pretty solid. And that's basically what it's going to kind of feel like. You can kind of get a mock trial of what it is going to be like. And then now, all there really is left to do is to get this adjuster, and we adjust it down correctly. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually didn't think this was gonna work. Now here's the thing, is that if you have all the correct parts, all the right geometry stuff, this goes by really, really fast. It can go by a quarter, fraction of the time that I did it on. The only reason why this has taken me so long is that because some of these parts are from older bikes, and I'm basically mixing older bikes and newer bikes right now, I've had to modify. Why is this? This thing's like stuck. Come on, buddy. There we go. Alright, it's not going through. Oh, fudge. thing's all like messed up. Oh, it's because I've been using the other cable, that's why. Let me check the cables. There we go. There we go. I don't know if that's even on the camera, but okay, so we have this. Now this is a very important part. You want to adjust this very slightly. Well, that's what I do anyway. Because you want that slack so you can adjust it. So you can just make mock adjustments. Okay, that's not enough. More. Much more. Because once you fray this cable out, once you tighten this thing out, sometimes there's no going back. Okay, so we have it set. This is the first time I'm going to feel what it feels like. Oh, yeah. Yep. Dude. Holy moly. It actually works. Look at that. It actually works. I'm actually going to tighten this down now. It's actually one of the first times I've gotten it down, like the first try. I'm still gonna do it very lightly because I don't want to like accidentally tighten it and then not have to go back. So I'm just gonna do it very, very lightly. What the heck? Crazy, bro. I literally got a gyro to work on this bike. I almost can't believe it. I can't believe I actually got it to work, man. Like, this is pretty wild, man. Like, okay, so now we're gonna just kind of set everything up and tighten the stem down. Let's just see if the front brakes work before I tighten everything down as well. Try to put some spacers in there so it might mess things up. Nope. Okay. Okay, so that works. Now let's tie in. Let's see if we need any more spacers. Actually, we gotta undo this because we need to tighten our stem. Dude, this is so crazy, man. Like, I literally, it's really crazy that I have a gyro on this bike. Like, all, like, jerry-rig parts, basically. Not, like, all, but, like, just, I never thought that this would work right here. I think that's gonna work. Hopefully not. Oh, come on, Woody. Oh, what the heck? Okay, that's... Front brakes going. stem seems to be working. Wild. Really wild. Really wild. Dude. I have a gyro on this bike, man. It looks so weird, dude. Down. Dude, this means I can just do infinity fire whips now, man. I don't have to think about my cable turning it around. Dude. Did I just finally level up? I guess so, huh? I did tighten it enough. That's why. Okay, and see, that's why I'm glad I didn't tighten it, because I actually had to adjust this thing. And that's why you don't crank this thing down. Because I thought I had it right the first go, but nope. I don't think I've ever had it right the first go, really. But if you mess this cable up right here, it really just... Especially if you do it way up here and you fray that and it gets all bent, your brakes feel all mushy. There we go. Dude, this is wild, bro. Legitimately, this is wild. I can't believe I actually got a gyro to work on this bike. Okay, and the last thing to do, really, is cut this cable down. Oh shit! Cut this cable down right here. I'm gonna have some room just in case I need to adjust it. Get the narp. Actually, I think there's another narp I took off. Here we. This is the last thing of the bike. Maintenance. It's like putting the crown on. We have earned, hopefully, the crown. Take the narper, and if you guys wanted to know what that thing is, that's actually a narper thing, I think. I think that's what it is. Boom. Look at that. Dude. That was a lot of work. Like, I don't know, man. To get this set up, man, that was crazy. So, this is the finished product. We've cut this down 2 times. Look at that. It's not Tektro anymore, Tector. protector. We cut the barrel adjuster down to get more adjustment. These are the Gyro, right here. These are the Gyro brake mounts, gyro mounts. Right here, you can't really see it, but underneath the stem, we filed this down right here, so the sandwich could go and, here, I'll give you an example. We filed this thing down right up in here. So see the barrel adjuster, how it goes up and it doesn't scrape on my stem? Boom. And that is the finished thing. Wow, that was crazy. I think that was really cool, actually. Put this up and let's see what we can do now. Let's see. Actually, no, it didn't, right? Okay, so let's give it a test run. First test run with, this is the first time there's ever been a gyro on this bike, man. Man, my bike already just feels weird. I can already tell, like putting a little bit of spaces right there. Like maybe my bike's on. Oh, wow, dude. That's rowdy, man. All right, first test run. I don't have to worry about my cable anymore. Yes. That was well worth all that effort, I'm pretty sure. Probably didn't seem like it. Now I'm going to put this thing on. You guys want to know what this is? This is actually from a Kryptonite Light cable lock. Actually, I guess I don't really even need it. I guess I do. Turn this over. I can already tell, like, the space. It's so weird. I can already tell just the spacers feel so weird. Boom. Check what I did.
57.
Really? Look at, I put this whole,
I heard that.
look at this. This is crazy. I've never had this on this bike before. Like this whole, like, it used to be a straight cable, you know?
Yeah.
Man, that was a lot of work. I had to adjust so many parts, like I had to like cut this down, file them down. It's so worth it, because now, look.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, now I don't have to worry about my cable getting tangled up.
Which you had before.
Oh yeah, well that's why this, if you look at this one, this is like what I was using. See how it's all like bent up like that?
Yeah.
Well, it's all smashed. And when this cable housing gets smashed,
It doesn't work well.
yeah, it doesn't hold tension.